what I'm seeing recently in our agency is that engagement campaigns are working really well when you run an ad to people that has either maybe, let's say, a quote card or just something that gets people, you know, to really participate and comment and engage with your post. Also, if you're new and you haven't seen me present before, I have jumped in here before a couple times for Manuel. Something happened to come up today, so I'm jumping in here and helping him out. But I am, so my name's Jorge. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer for our agency, AGM Agency. And if you guys ever work with us, you'll definitely be working with me a lot. You know, I run all the accounts that we have for the agency. So, all right, let's go ahead and get started here. So you guys can see here some of the results that we've been having, which we're going to go over all of this more in detail. But all these campaigns here, you can see the purchase conversion values that we can get from ManyChat is just out of this world. And if you played around with ManyChat before, you know the open rates that we get with Messenger, and then now that it's all multi-touch, so you can do text messages as well, everything's above 90%. So you get a huge open rate, which allows you to turn all of these leads into an ROI. So you can see here the kind of ROAS that we're looking at. Some of these campaigns getting a 1,200% ROI or a 12 ROAS. Like this one at the top. Some of these are getting 500, 600, 700. Okay, here's a couple more examples. So look at this one here. We on this top one, we had a 2,400, almost 2,500% ROI return on this campaign. Very, very cool. Some of these are just retargeting on dynamic audiences. So what that means is somebody comes into Messenger, we're following up with them specifically with what they engaged in. So one specific product, and we can build a audience on Facebook to retarget them specifically just on that product and use the right ad copy to speak to them correctly, which we're going to be going over all these examples. I just wanted to show you what kind of results we can get here. How does ManyChat dynamic custom audiences work? So let's say a subscriber, Jorge, signs up for a webinar through ManyChat. ManyChat can then communicate with Facebook to dynamically update this custom and even your lookalike audiences so you can fine tune the group of people that your ads reach. So when you can speak to somebody very granular, like we're going to show you today, you get the kind of results that I was showing at the beginning. The ROAS and the conversions just go through the roof. So you're basically telling Facebook's ad algorithm, find me more people like Jorge. And then let's say Ernesto signs up, you add him too automatically. And then the next person and the next and the next, okay? So your Facebook ads are only being displayed to the people most likely to purchase your product or service. And then at the same time, you can target me and Ernesto and everybody else that has joined in or signed up for the webinar. And then you can promote them a specific offer related to whatever lead magnet, in this case, it was a webinar, that you used to bring them in. Okay, so how to create a dynamic ManyChat custom audiences. Let's get into that here. We have a short video to go over. Jonald, you want to explain kind of what we're going to go over here so that we have the right expectations? It's only about 5 minutes long, so it'll be pretty short here.
Yes, so first thing is, one requirement, you actually should have a Pro ManyChat account for you to access the advanced features inside ManyChat. One of those is the dynamic audience. This video mostly covers how to first create the custom audience and then how to dynamically update that custom audience you just created. Now, there are several ways on how to create the custom audience. This is currently the most easiest and fastest way you can create the custom audience.
Very good. So let's get in, let's watch this here really quick.
All right, so good morning. So today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create a ManyChat dynamic audience. So first thing is go to your ManyChat dashboard, and on the left sidebar, you'll be able to see the menu options. Go ahead and select ads. So under the ads section, we're going to start with create a new ad. Now this is one of the few options on how to create the ManyChat dynamic audience, but this is actually the easiest and the fastest. We can go ahead and show you the other options live on the coaching session afterwards. So once you are on the step one, which is selecting your ad account, let's go ahead and select the AGM Business Manager or the AGM ad account, which is this one. Now, step two is actually selecting an ad campaign or a campaign objective. ManyChat currently has the message and the traffic campaign. Let's start with create a new campaign, then campaign type. Now, you can select anything, it really doesn't matter because we're only going to use this to create the dynamic audience. So I can go ahead with just the messages, what I recommended campaign type, continue, create a new ad set. And this is where we first create the audience. So you have your normal ad set section, destination, the ad set name, interests, gender, location, and language. Now we're going to use the use customer lookalike audience. And in here, you'll be able to see a highlighted create customer lookalike audience. Now, if this is grayed out, ensure that you have access to, as an admin or advertiser, to the ad account and the Facebook page. Facebook page, you actually have to be an admin for you to be able to create a custom audience. Ad account, you can be an advertiser or any other employee positions there is. So select create a custom audience, name your custom audience. So let's name it as FBMC, Facebook Masters Course, Coaching Demo 2020. Click continue. Now you have a few varieties or options on how to create or what audiences to create. It can be based on the tags that you use. For example, if you have a tag running, for example, if you have a survey, for example, asking if they are a businessman, entrepreneur, or an employee, you can create an individual custom audience out of those. You can create a custom audience out of custom audience data, gender, opt-in date, pretty much anything that you can have under the filter section. You can create a separate custom audience for those. But for this example, we're just going to create a general standard all subscribers custom audience. Quick note, the ManyChat custom audience can only backdate to 365 days, and that's the maximum number of days that a user can actually be added to a custom audience. All right, so we now have created a custom audience. It is currently being shown here, and that's actually about it on this step. So the next few steps would be under the automation. So once you click automation, just go ahead and select a board. You don't want to pursue on creating the campaign itself. We just use that for the custom audience creation. You go to rules, and you go ahead and click or create a new rule. Now, let's go ahead and name this rule. And for this trigger, since we've selected a general or a standard all subscribers custom audience, our trigger would actually be when a new subscriber comes into the channel. So new subscriber, your action, scroll to the bottom, select Facebook custom audience. Another note, for the advanced features inside ManyChat, you actually have to have a pro account. They have a value ladder. Starting amount is $10 per 500 subscribers. So go ahead and select action. Now for the action, you have two options. You can either add a subscriber to a custom audience, or you can remove them from a custom audience. This is the actions, add or remove. Now again, you have to select the ad account where you initially created the custom audience. So if you do have a few ad accounts as you are currently seeing on the example, you actually have to scroll in order to find that ad account. One more thing is, if you want to update any other custom audience that you have created previously inside your business manager, you can also use that. So we're going to use FBMC, Coaching Demo 2020, and that's the custom audience we created earlier. Click Save again, and activate. So right now, the steps we just did is create a custom audience for ManyChat subscribers. And in order to make that update dynamically, we added a rule that goes through action or trigger is when a new subscriber comes in. The action is we add that subscriber data to the custom audience we just created. So that's all for the dynamic audience tutorial. See you in the next lessons.
All right. Let me know what questions you have about that. You can type them in here to the chat. I know sometimes we either A, have to watch it a couple of times, or B, the best thing is you learn by implementing. So just follow along. Maybe not right now, but definitely when you watch this video, pause it and then do it. Pause it and then do exactly and follow along with what Jonald is showing. That's the best way to learn this. So this is exciting. The custom audience automation. I mean, we didn't used to have this before, so it just cuts out so much time and lets you apply your time to actually getting doing something else to get the results. So it's really, really cool feature. All right, so these are the types of dynamic custom audiences that you can create. You can create audiences of all new subscribers, which is what Jonald just showed there. And you can do that with the rule even. It's all automated. So you don't have to do it every single day even. Subscribers by gender. You can segment by specific lead magnets that you're using. So let's say maybe you want to test out giving away a PDF and then maybe a quiz or a whatever it is. So you have different lead magnets and then you want to follow up with them differently on your ads. So you can segment people by lead magnets, webinar registrations, Shopify customers, subscribers. That's a huge one right there since they came out with that integration, with the full integration recently. That one is fire. You guys need to try that out if you have Shopify. ManyChat tag subscribers. So again, as they're going through your flow, let's say going back to the lead magnet subscribers so you have different lead magnets that you're running. By the way, if you don't, just in case, if you don't know what a lead magnet is, it's kind of like, just giving something away free that's of value that you're using it to generate, leads for your bot. Okay, so as they're going in through your flow, if they get all the way to the end of the quiz, let's say you want to apply a tag, so you can segment only the people that made it all the way to the end because they're way more engaged with what your customer would be. So you tag them and then you can put them in a specific custom audience. You can also do mini course subscribers, any kind of promotion that you might be doing. Subscribers that did not get engaged in the past 24 hours. That's a big one right there because you want, you can only communicate with people inside Messenger that have engaged with your bot in the last 24 hours. So you run an ad to people that haven't engaged in the past 24 hours and get them back to engage with your bot again so you can continue all of your nurture sequences or any other, mini course or any other value pieces that you have in there. And just engage them once again. So on that, we're going to be giving some ideas and examples about some of this stuff. But I'll give you one idea for the subscribers that did not engage in the past 24 hours. What I'm seeing recently in our agency is that engagement campaigns are working really well when you run an ad to people that has either maybe, let's say, a quote card or just something that gets people to really participate and comment and engage with your post. So, I mean, obviously that's different depending on the industries, but let's say if you're an e-commerce, you're an e-commerce seller and you're selling, let's say, supplements, you could just ask them a question about their health or about something particular that your supplements, help with, and get them back to engage again. And the way you would set something like this up is you can either do a messages campaign so that they can engage, and then they send you a message, and then you do your thing inside ManyChat. Or you can also just set up a regular post where you get people to comment, like, and engage, and then you set up a Facebook comment growth tool, which again, we can get into all that here as we go on. But the comment growth tool sends them a message and gets them to engage once again. Okay. People that have unsubscribed in Messenger, if you want to win them back, bring them back in, you can do all of this dynamically. You can also create or update subscribers to a custom audience based on actions or buttons inside the flow. So very similar to what I was saying about the tagging. Same thing with people that have clicked on certain buttons inside of your flow. So let's say somebody clicks on your Shop Now button. You can make a custom audience of anybody that has clicked on your Shop Now button and gone to your store to shop. You follow up with them. Okay, so strategies for dynamic custom audiences, some conversion campaigns to generate sales. Just went over a couple of examples there in the previous slide, but again, if you're doing some sort of a flow which promotes the Shop Now, or some sort of, maybe you give away a coupon code or something like that to your shop, and they visited your shop, you then retarget them with a conversion campaign to generate more sales, because they already engaged with your store. So you can run conversion campaigns to some of these audiences, webinar or appointment reminders, dynamic catalog ads, which we do have an example of this coming up, right, Jonald? The dynamic catalog, because that's very, very ninja, very important, this one right here.
Yep, we do have a couple of campaigns that we're going to show as an example afterwards.
Perfect. Okay, good. And we'll talk about strategies on the ad copy setup, how to talk to your audience once they have engaged with your bot, and then you're showing them an ad. You want to talk a certain way, use certain copy that is going to get you the best conversions. Okay, so you never run out of leads this way, because you can create a lookalike audience. Again, it's all dynamic, and it just keeps feeding that lookalike audience, and the more and more data you have, the better it starts to get. Applicable for Shopify stores. Like I was saying, you can create a custom audience of your Shopify customers. So scenario, let's say you run an ad promoting some sort of a lead magnet or something. You bring them into ManyChat, and then you give them a link to your store to shop after you've provided some value, let's say. And then they go and they go to your store, they purchase. Well, then we can create a custom audience of all these shoppers, and then you can communicate to them accordingly when you do your retargeting campaigns. Okay, so here's some examples of what some of these strategies we were just talking about. So this is a dynamic audience retargeting product promotions. So again, we can get into some examples of webinars and stuff like that, but I know we have a lot of e-commerce sellers, so we have a lot of these examples. So in this example, we have an audience that is a 30-day keto challenge subscriber. So that was our lead magnet to bring people in. We did a keto challenge, and we give like a meal plan, and we ask them to like take a before picture and after picture. We follow up after a few days and stuff like that. So after all this engaging, we then showed them a dynamic product ad, which we're showing them our best sellers. So you can see the results here. We had 459 purchases for a conversion value of 37,000, and it brought us an ROI of 338%. Okay, and then you can see the kind of copy that we're using here on the 30-day keto challenge, or are you on the 30-day keto challenge? Check this out. So that's the kind of ad copy that you want to use. Just mention what what you offered them or what they've been engaging with inside your bot, and you put that in your ad copy for better engagement. Okay, here's another example. Retargeting products. So this is again for the same audience, the 30-day keto challenge subscribers that engaged. Again, we're showing them the best sellers. With this one, we did actually even better. We usually will do when it's a retargeting audience. These are already super warm audience, right? So we had 791 purchases, conversion value of close to 67,000. So huge ROAS here of 443%.
Yep, just to add, the difference between this one and the earlier example is the earlier example, it covers everyone that actually joined the 30-day keto challenge. Now, this current example only covers those that actually engaged or has interacted with the channel in the past 24 hours. And those that did not interact, we actually removed them from the custom audience. So with this ad, the reason why it actually got most or higher results is these are the wireless audience we have for the 30-day keto challenge, meaning every day they engage with the voice message that Dr. Berg is sending them.
Super, super cool. One thing to point out here is this headline that we were using, the swipe to your left, since it's a carousel, because it's a dynamic product catalog type of ad, right? So you have a carousel of all the best sellers. So swipe to your left, that actually helped us convert a lot. And well, it helped us with a lot of engagement. So people, you gotta sometimes just tell them what to do, you know, that call to action, and that's what they did. And so we got a lot of engagement out of this one. I don't want to actually, we didn't display here the click-through rate, but I remember it was really, really much higher than most other ads that we've run. So swipe to your left, there's a golden nugget for you guys. You can try that on your carousel type of ads. Okay, so here's the dynamic audience, retargeting for lead generation. So the audience here were subscribers that were tagged as the Facebook Masters students. And we offered everybody the contest. So I know some of you might have opted in and engaged with this campaign that we had going on, which was during the, what was it, maybe around April-ish, somewhere around there. So the whole COVID had just started, and so we started this campaign here. We did very well with that. Okay, then we did a lookalike of ManyChat dynamic audiences for the lead generation. So this is a lookalike of everyone that opted in for the mini course, and we were able to drop our cost per lead by about 50% using a lookalike. So again, lookalikes are really, really awesome for when you're trying to scale, and you just need enough data for you to switch over to the lookalikes. If you have, let's say, you know, if it was a purchase or even leads, but if you have like just 20 conversions you want to start off with, it's not going to be good enough. You need at least 100 or more, and the more you have, the better these lookalikes perform. Jonald, do you remember how many we started when we switched over to this lookalike? I forget.
Since this is actually retargeting the ones that registered, it's a couple of thousands.
Yeah. Yeah, so a couple thousands for sure. Like I said, I mean, the more you have, the better it performs. Okay, so at the ad level, this is regarding the ad copy format. We call out or mention what was the last engagement of the subscriber. So this could be, you know, your mini course, downloaded a certain lead magnet, or opted in for the contest, registered for the webinar, etc. So you can see here the copy we're using. It says, to all 30-day challenge participants, let's troubleshoot some of these common situations. Take a look at this video. I made it specially for you. So this is what like an FAQ video that we were using. And then again, right after that, we're promoting all the best sellers. So they're relevant to what they came in for. So in this example, they came in for a ketosis mini course, and we offer products like the keto kit. And we also even broke up the kit. If it had, I believe it comes with like 6 different products, but we broke it up into 6 different products that we were promoting, as well as the whole keto kit itself.